very shiny nose. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
Live from the Fairmont Hotel, Vancouver, this is CKNW Orphans Fun Pledge Day. Please help support BC's kids with special needs.
It's Linda Steele here. We're live at the Hotel Vancouver, and this is the start of Christmas as far as I'm concerned. We're in the home stretch now for the 40th annual CKNW Orphans Fund Pledge Day. We have got to get the phones ringing because we have an hour and a half to raise more money, 604-222-9898, and this is my favorite part. We're about to see a brand new total. All right, 1,142,074. Thank you so much to everyone who's donated. All right, Drex and I have set our own personal goal of 1.3 million. I think we can get there. We got an hour and a half, and we have more special guests with us here. And by the way, I want to say a shout out to the phone volunteers. We have the folks from Gateway Casinos manning the phones. Also, principals from School District 43 in Coquitlam. Thank you so much to everyone who's answering the phones, and I'm looking back and a few people are not talking on the phone. Please pick up the call, the phone, 604-222-9898, and if you could make a donation, we would so appreciate it. I have some special guests with me. We have Phil Weber, who's the president of the Rotary Club of Vancouver. Thank you so much for coming in.
That's great, Linda. Pleased to be here.
Very happy to have you here. We also have a recipient family. We have Loida Penny, Ryan Penny, and their daughter Janelle. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to start with you. Okay, Loida and Ryan, tell us about your daughter Janelle. Oh, Ryan. Somebody gave me the wrong name. Okay, Brian. Please tell us, Brian, about your daughter. He doesn't want to. He's trying to foist it off to Loida. Tell us about your daughter.
Janelle is almost 18 years old in February the 19th. She was born, according to her doctor, inborn disability, and she was diagnosed with a pejo. It's a long term, and it's hard to remember.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so, and according to the doctor, said that it's kind of rare, this disease, and there's only 2, I think, here in BC.
Only 2 other people. So
yeah,
she's very special.
I think the pejo thing, and then I think it started from Finland, I think, so if I remember that, if not.
So I see that Janelle is in a special wheelchair.
Yes.
So this is how she gets around and sees the world.
Yes.
And so the tricky part would be, how then does she get into a vehicle? So that's why you're connected to the CKNW Orphans Fund, right?
Yes.
Tell us about the van.
Her van right now, it's 13 years old, and it's lots of things to be fixed, and now it's leaking. The fan.
Time for a new one?
Yes,
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, so that's how we apply for other charities from the CKNW.
Okay, yeah. And so then tell us what the Orphans Fund is doing for your family.
The orphan, this one is really a huge help for Janelle to purchase her new accessible van, a wheelchair van.
Wow,
yeah.
So you're getting a brand new accessible wheelchair van.
Yes.
When does that come?
When does it come? About next year.
Next year. Okay.
Yes.
What kind of a difference do you think that's going to make in the family's life?
It's more easier for Janelle, especially that she has a limited seating on her wheelchair, because more than 4 hours she's going this coccyx when she's sitting a long time in the wheelchair. So we could take this handy dart, but going on, it takes time for her, and it's really for her seating. But this van, it's really a tremendous help for her to go around, especially when she goes to school, her doctor appointments, and her activities.
I bet. Okay, I'm going to put you, Brian, on the spot. How excited are you about getting this new van?
I'm very excited, yes.
So are you the driver in the family mostly?
The wife know how to drive very good, so she's taken over most of the time driving.
Yeah. So say a word about the CKNW Orphans Fund. A lot of people aren't really even familiar of the individual things that it's doing to make a difference in lives.
Well, it's doing a big difference in a lot of families' lives, and to improve mobility for young children.
So you're going to have a great 2018. Thank you for coming. Much appreciated. You did a great job, Brian. So there you go. Didn't want to put you on the spot. He's smiling. Okay, let's now talk to Phil Weber, the president of the Rotary Club of Vancouver. Rotary has done so much for the CKNW Orphans Fund over the years.
Well, we have, and it's a wonderful relationship because the Rotary Club, which consists of business and community leaders who are committed to giving back. That's what we do, and for whatever the pressing needs are, and it's a real great fit for a lot of our programs to work with CKNW.
We're so happy about it. Tell me about the donation this year.
Well, this year it'll be a total donation of $10,000.
Oh, that's fantastic. $10,000. I'm giving you a round of applause.
So thank you. And it comes from two pots. We have one general foundation called the Vancouver Rotary Club Foundation, and then we have one specialty foundation called the Rotary Club of Vancouver Hearing Foundation. And that foundation raises over $150,000 each year from our Bike-a-thon, which is one of our signature fundraisers. And it's all dedicated to helping the hearing disabled. So $5,000 will come from the Rotary Club of Vancouver Hearing Foundation and $5,000 from the regular foundation. The regular amount, $5,000, could be used by CKNW as it sees fit. The $5,000 from the Hearing Foundation has to be used for hearing-related issues. For example, last year, CKNW, through the Orphans Fund, helped 3 young kids, one 6, one 12, and I think one 9, so 6, 12, 9, and 12, with new hearing aids. And, our motto is bring back the sounds of life, and you just can't imagine how important it is for these young children to be able to hear so they can learn to speak and learn to communicate and just be part of society.
And again, I think a lot of people think that the government handles this stuff. The government pays for hearing aids. The government pays for wheelchairs, and that just simply isn't true.
It isn't true. We work very closely with the St. Paul's Hospital, with UBC. We've funded research into hearing disabilities, and we've funded clinical treatments. A couple of years ago, a couple of the doctors came to us from St. Paul's and said, look, people in Kelowna can't afford hearing aids. And we've got this plan to recondition hearing aids. Can you give us some startup capital? So we gave them $7,500 just so they could get going, get this local charity organized and get going on reconditioning hearing aids. But, there's nothing better than a hearing aid, which is, in this day and age, which is designed for you. We're so lucky.